Mars was supposed to be dead. A red graveyard, silent, cold, empty. That's what they told us. But what if Mars was never dead? What if it was waiting? In 2047, during the third private expedition to Mars, something rose from beneath the planet's fractured skin. Not meteors, not dust storms. Life. And the mission logs don't call it first contact. They call it the Dustbound Incident. Because the truth is far more disturbing. The aliens never attacked us. We attacked them. The transport vessel Ares Vanguard touched down inside Valles Marineris, a canyon so massive it dwarfs entire nations on Earth. A scar across the Martian surface deep enough to hide secrets for millions of years. The objective seemed simple: deploy atmospheric processors, drill for ice, prepare Mars for human civilization, colonize the future. But 40 meters beneath the surface, the drills hit something unexpected. The soil wasn't frozen, it was warm, and it was vibrating. At first, they thought it was seismic instability, until thermal imaging revealed fractures, endless cracks stretching for kilometers. And inside those cracks, movement. Not random, not geological, intentional. Dark shapes gliding between mineral veins like shadows swimming beneath ice. They didn't crawl, they didn't fly. They moved through dust. As if Mars wasn't solid ground, but an ocean we couldn't see. The crew gave them a name, Dustbound Gliders, and that's when humanity made its first mistake. Instead of observing, they tried to capture one. Micro-drones descended into the cracks, plasma cutters armed, cameras recording. You can hear it in the leaked footage. A scientist whispers, "It's retreating." Then a command cuts in, "Contain it." The drone fires. The glider ruptures, not with blood, but with a burst of metallic dust that shimmers like living smoke.
It's approaching the core.
And then the ground begins to breathe. The cracks pulse, the canyon floor trembles. And thousands of gliders rise in unison, not attacking, organizing. They form a barrier, a wall, a living structure between the humans and whatever lay deeper below. That's when panic spreads across the comms. But the swarm doesn't charge, it surrounds. Magnetic systems fail, navigation glitches, sensors collapse. One astronaut describes it as standing inside a conscious storm. Then something impossible happens. The atmospheric processors overload, oxygen levels spike. For 47 seconds, Mars becomes breathable. 47 seconds, long enough to prove something terrifying. The gliders weren't just defending, they were manipulating the environment. And that's when a new theory emerges, one they tried to bury. What if Mars isn't dead? What if it's dormant? Some scientists believe alien life wouldn't resemble anything on Earth. It wouldn't need water. It could be electrostatic, silicon-based, integrated into mineral layers. What if the dust covering Mars isn't just dust?
What if Mars is not
What
a dead
if it's
world,
biological?
a living neural network? We may be
What if
witnessing
those
the emergence
cracks
of
are
silicon-based
neural
life?
pathways? And what if the gliders are not individual creatures, but cells, fragments of a planetary intelligence? A hive mind where the planet itself is the body. If that's true, we didn't land on a dead world. We drilled into a living one. without permission, without understanding, without mercy. After the swarm event, the crew attempted evacuation, but during ascent, their thrusters failed. Dust fused into mechanical joints. Not randomly, deliberately. The final transmission was chilling. They're not attacking. They're isolating us. Then, silence. 3 weeks later, orbital satellites captured something no one could explain. The canyon floor had sealed. The cracks were gone. Healed, as if nothing had ever happened. Mars returned to silence, but not to emptiness. Ask yourself something. If an alien species drilled into Earth's crust, fired weapons at wildlife, extracted biological samples, would we call them explorers or invaders? For decades, we've imagined aliens as conquerors. But what if humanity has already committed the first act of interplanetary aggression? What if the Dustbound Gliders were never the threat? What if they were guardians? And what if they're still there, watching, learning, adapting? Since the incident, every Mars mission has reported subtle anomalies. Dust behaving strangely, magnetic fluctuations, low-frequency vibrations beneath the surface. Small things, easy to dismiss, unless you know what to look for. One classified line nearly erased from the official report reads, "Behavior suggests non-hostile intelligence responding to territorial intrusion." Not predatory, territorial. That means they understand space, boundaries, ownership. Mars may not be empty. It may simply be different. And if we terraform it, heat it, flood it, reshape it in our image, we may not be creating life. We may be erasing an ancient one before it ever has the chance to speak. So here's the real question. When humans build cities on Mars, will they stand on red soil or on the grave of a planetary mind? And if the Dustbound Gliders evolve, if they learn from our machines, if they adapt to our technology, the next encounter won't look defensive. It will look strategic. Because deep beneath Mars, inside the cracks we thought were empty, something is listening. And next time, it might not retreat. So tell me, are the Dustbound Gliders real? Or is Mars truly dead? And if humanity isn't the hero of space exploration, who is? Subscribe to Future Verse Stories, because this was only the beginning. The next chapter will take us beneath Olympus Mons, and what we find there may change everything.